Hey, what is going on, everybody? Tom from Tom's Randomness, and I got the tripod set up here, so I'm gonna make this video. It is 1:15 in the morning, 1:15 a.m., and I can't sleep. So, as per the usual, I was on eBay, and then I watched a documentary about I think it was about the FBI, whoever goes after the bad guys, the real bad guys. I think it was the FBI. But anyway, now I also spent quite a bit of time in my red book, and one of the main reasons I do that is because I truly love numismatics. I love the mintages. I love all the coins I have. Every one of them I love, regardless of if they're in my emergency stack, my deep stack, or my coin collection that I'll never sell, like what all of these coins are in this bag here. I'll never sell any of these. These were all gifts to me. But anyway, I got thinking about when I was young and I was able to accumulate quite the amount of silver. I was mowing yards and doing odd jobs and working in like a post, or not a postal route, but a paper route. And one day, a friend of mine connected me to a gentleman who managed several rental properties that he owned, and he needed somebody to take care of them, mow the yards, weed, plants, whatever it was. A couple of them were like rental houses, and two of them were like commercial properties. And my dad was like, "You'd be crazy not to do it." He helped me. My dad helped me get a mower, and the guy actually let me use his vehicle. He had basically like a work truck, so I could use that to go from property to property if I had to, or whatever. Anyway, long story short, I was making about $100 to $150 every week, and I would have my dad take me to D&D Firearms, which was, for me growing up, that was the local coin store. There was a couple other smaller places, but realistically, I spent all of my time and money in D&D Firearms, where they had like a whole showcase for bullion and coins and collectibles, like notes and stamps and stuff. But my goal was always to go there before I spent my money on stuff that was worthless. I was an outdoorsman, so I fished and I hunted a lot, but I would always ask for that stuff for like my birthdays, Christmas, whatever. I literally, my Christmas wish list for 15 years was a football and a fishing pole. I mean, I was a pretty simple kid, and I'm sure as I get older, I wish my kids that's what they would ask for. But no, they asked for PlayStation 5s and whatever. But anyway, my oldest son did ask for a football this year, so that's good. But anyway, so I would go there first, and I would buy coins, usually Morgan silver dollars, because Daryl was the owner, and he was the coin guy. If you get on and you watch Spectacular, well, Daryl was my coin guy. So I spent as much time in that store as I possibly could. He was super, super knowledgeable. He would set up at coin shows and did all kinds of stuff with that in the business, and told me pretty much all that I could possibly want to know. And he wasn't, annoyed. He was just very happy to have a customer in there that wanted to learn, and I think because I was younger, him and his wife treated me just like one of their own kids. Like, they were just super spectacular. And so I would go in there and, I would try to get deals, and I would try to buy, coins, and I would ask Daryl, like, "Hey man, what should I be collecting? What would you recommend?" And the first thing was Morgans. He said, "Get you a set of Morgans. You start here, get you a set of Morgans." So that's what I did. And back then, I could literally buy Morgan silver dollars for like $12 to $15. And there was another time in my life when I could do that, back in, I think, 2013. Silver dollars were pretty cheap. But you could get a Morgan silver dollar. It probably looks something like this one. Now, this one is a Carson City, but it'd probably be in this condition, and I could get it for 15, $16, depending on the date, what mintages were and everything like that. But Daryl, he was a gray sheet guy. He would, the bid and the ask and all that stuff. I never ever, like, I don't have any idea what that stuff means, but he would say, and he would show me, he's like, this is what I would pay you for, and this is what I got to sell it for, so we got to meet in somewhere in between there. But he would take really good care of me, and him and his wife were absolutely some of the greatest people I've ever known in my life. But I've turned this into a longer video already, again, for the 15th time. But so I was able to collect a mostly complete Morgan silver dollar set just from going in there and buying coins continuously. Week after week, I would go in there and I'd buy coins, and I would buy silver bars. I didn't just want the generic silver bars. I wanted the Ohio Precious Metals, the Jackson Refinery, the A-Mark bars. Those were the ones I wanted because they had a premium, and I knew that premiums made premium money, or at least I thought at the time. And so I was big into that. And we'll just skip I basically bought my first car for less than the Morgan silver dollar collection sold for. So we're going to skip past that part. Move on to growing up, moving out. So when I moved to Lancaster, when I met my wife, I moved here. I had about 360 ounces of silver. So it's pretty awesome. Then I got laid off from work. Okay, and this is where what I'm really trying to convey, I guess, is I got laid off from work. So back then, I think silver was 18 or something an ounce. I don't remember. But today, if I had that 360 ounces of silver, it'd be worth over $7,000, probably almost $8,000. I can do the math, but my phone's right there, so I'm not going to get it out. So I would sell a little bit of silver when I got laid off because I broke my ankle and I couldn't work. I would sell, a couple $100s of silver each week, and that would make up for my lost wages, and we got through that time. Then I got back into working, and everything was good again. So I started to replenish what I had sold, and put it back, because then it's there, right? So stacking is twofold for me. So it's a safeguard, it's a fallback plan, but it's also a barrier against waste and overspending. So like, if I really don't need something and I can't afford it, I'm not going to go cash in my silver to buy it. But if I really need something and I can't afford it, I will consider, selling my silver. Again, this bag's worth quite a bit of money, but these are all gifts, so I would never ever sell any of these. But what I would call my liquid silver stack, it's basically like when I buy coin collections or mystery coin grab bags, there's stuff in there that I don't really have any interest in that isn't going to go into a mystery coin grab bag for one of you, but it's something that I would hold on to, like Kennedy $50 or something like that. But most of this stuff is able to go into mystery coin grab bags, which is another way for me to keep stacking. I can sell mystery coin grab bags and be able to put some of the money, all that money, that whole profit is what I use to continue stacking. I just want to encourage you guys, if you have a budget that allows you to spend $20 a week, that's $80 a month. So if you're able to get 2 ounces of silver every month, that's 24 ounces a year of silver you can stack. And if you're not taking away from any of your other responsibilities, it's something you don't even have to touch. So you can literally set it in your safe and forget it, or whatever you want to do. I used to keep mine in it was a Christmas cookie tin. I don't know if you guys ever got the butter cookies, but my dad would always get us that for Christmas, and we got the big one. It was like a big tin, and so I had literally a ton of silver in that thing by the time I moved out of the house. But anyway, so what I'm trying to say is, if you have it in your budget to buy, a couple Mercury dimes every week, that adds up. A roll of Mercury dimes is probably $120 or something. I don't quote me on that, but yeah, roughly. So in the back of your red book, which I've done a lot of reading in this tonight as well, I like to find stuff I don't know in here. And there's always going to be stuff you don't know, but in the back of this red book, there's actually a chart that tells you, how much is in a Mercury dime or how much is in a quarter. And it has a scaling chart. So if the price of silver, right here on the page 449 in the 2023 Red Book edition. It's called Boolean Values. So it tells you that a mercury dime is 0.07234 ounces of silver, which is 1/10 of a silver dollar. So that's 7734, whatever it is. So if the price of silver per ounce, it goes from $15 to $44. So if the price of silver today is $25, a mercury dime has a $1.81 in silver in it. And a Morgan silver dollar today has $19.34 worth of silver in it. So if you can get those coins in for relatively low premium, you can throw a couple of those every week and they add up. Trust me, you can fill a dime tube in a few weeks' time, especially if you get motivated or you get hooked like I am. You'll mow yards, you'll do whatever it takes to get your silver stack to grow. And then, like I said, it's a great way to save money. I have several friends who have been able to accumulate really decent, I won't say wealth, but assets through precious metals. They really got into the hobby, and it's incredible for me to see that because back when I had my Tom's Gold Dirt, I was able to buy gold all the time. Like, it was part of the business, so I got to buy stuff. And if something I started doing those mystery coin grabs back then, if something came in, like, I'd buy coin collections from people because I had excess cash that I would be able to turn and roll it back into the business and keep what I wanted to, but keep everything else moving. And that's something else you could do. You could be, I think Coin Help You talks about, like, vest pocket dealers. They go take a coin to the coin show and they'll flip it. They'll make a couple bucks and they go buy something else, and they'll flip it and buy something else, whatever the case is. However it is that you can legally do it, I would encourage you to stack silver and gold or numismatic coins. I think watching my own content is pretty cool because I can see, like, over the course of from 2018 to now, the gold price I was paying back then for an ounce of gold was $1,350, and now, or the lowest I ever paid was $1,242, because I looked at my records. But $1,242 to now $2,000. It's incredible, and I really don't think it's going to go down. The dollar report is not good, but silver and gold seems to really hold up to it. Now it goes up and down just like everything else, but it just seems to, over the course of time, be on a path like this, And so take it for what it's worth. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you get a chance, you can go check out my store. I got a new logo. I'm going to get some stickers. So if you buy stuff from me, eventually I'll have stickers going out with those orders. There are still 7 of the 6 or 7. I have to look, but 6 or 7 of the Black Friday special left. They're going to stay on there until they're gone, just because I had that all set up so that I would be sending the Mid-Ohio Food Bank a certain amount of money. I'm going to send that money regardless when it gets close to Christmas time, so that I feel good, like we did something good, and we did do something good. Regardless of if you can buy one or not, you watch these videos, so you're helping me, encouraging me to continue doing what I'm doing. So with that said, good luck, God bless, and I will see you all in the next one.